I gotta watch that IGN review. I know Charlie did a video on it, but this it's like the most painful review I've ever seen. Like, I remember back in like 2020 or like even earlier, everyone was just saying IGN is just paid because they kept giving COD like 9s, but they could actually be paid. This is a really rough review.
I love noir. The hard-boiled detective, the seedy crime story, neo-noir, classic...
It's not a paid chatter. Stop using Twitch logic here, idiot.
Pulp, you name it, I'm buying.
Okay.
So when Mouse PI for Hire sauntered onto my screen the way Ilsa walks into Rick's in Casablanca, I was pretty excited about it. But noir isn't just an aesthetic to be thrown on like an old coat as you're leaving your office at the behest of a leggy blonde. While Mouse PI for Hire clearly understands the style and tropes of classic noir films and novels as well as 1930s cartoons more broadly, it doesn't seem to get why those things are there or how they're used to tell compelling stories.
Notice how we're 35 seconds in and he just hasn't even said, is the game any fun? I don't understand why game reviewers now have their heads so far up their ass. Like, I'm not saying it's bad if you're well-spoken or if you've got an expanded vocabulary, but it's just like, it's a video game.
But you see, the noir tropes systematically show in tandem with recent films that came out in the 20s and the 30s. The noir thriller is a paradigm that has inspired generation.
Like, just say if the game is fun, man. Like, oh my god, with 30 seconds in, I felt like I felt like I just fell asleep for 5 minutes.
By fusing a hard-boiled detective mystery with a fast retro-styled FPS, developer Fumi Games has made a shooter that is thematically incoherent with the apparent aspirations of its story.
Apparently, this company that made it is Polish, by the way. What? Like, Poland has nothing. How do they always put out like such banger games? Like, they did Darkwood.
Story contradicted at every point by the actual action. Of all the Steam libraries and all the PCs in all the world, Mouse PI for Hire walked into mine, and I wish I liked it more than I do.
It's over. You got nowhere left to run. I run toward the dream! A bright future ruled by big mice.
Mouse follows Jack Pepper.
Yeah, you're blocked. You're blocked. No more donos.
A private eye in a world where everyone is a mouse, after Wanda Fuller from the Mouseburg Herald sets him on the case of a missing magician.
I can give you more than a crumb, Jack. I can give you a magician.
As you'd expect, that spirals into a much bigger conspiracy that includes an attempt on a mayoral candidate's life and racially motivated mouse-on-mouse violence as bigger mice oppress the smaller shrews.
I will admit, I did not care about the story about Mouse PI. I never cared for The Godfather, but still, I don't care because the gameplay for it was so good.
My buddy got nabbed for just being a shrew.
Same as it ever was, even in Mouseburg, and the requisite twists and turns you'd expect from any good detective story make this tale solid enough.
Dude, his hair's like the Mr. Pringles mustache.
I was in too deep. Way deeper than I signed up for.
What bothers me, however, is how overly referential so much of it is. The world is full of mice, so everything is about cheese. Everything. A bad guy? He's a cheese-legger.
These cheese-leggers in on the shrew racket.
Run into a lady mouse with a sultry voice? It'll be described as
Gorgonzola picante slapped on a mozzarella platter.
someone need to assure you they're telling the truth.
Swear on my mama's cottage curds.
This is
pretty bad, but Mr. 8-hour plot summary Andy shouldn't be the one saying it.
Okay, I think...
charming initially, then it never stops. Everything is a reference to the fact that everyone is a mouse and mice like cheese, and when it's not...
Don't congratulate him for saying that. Don't do it.
Instead, it'll be a reference to an old cartoon, or the fact that this is a video game.
When you jump, just act like you didn't.
I should have
Wait, did he just complain that it's a video game?
probably guessed the former when one of the first things I saw was a steamboat named Willie, but at least that and the reference-heavy power-ups are cute. Constant callbacks to classic films or other video games? Not
Right, he said the power-ups are cute, and then shows him when he eats the spinach, and he gets really big and muscly. That's, curious.
so much.
Very, very curious, IGN reviewer.
And it doesn't end there. A boss fight in the sewers? It's a literal alligator, because of course it is. If you're looking for the cheese-liking foreman, Jack will quip that he doesn't look like much of a boss.
More like a mini-boss.
and then laugh at his own joke. The voice actors, led by Troy Baker, do an admirable job with what they have, but nothing in Mouseburg is allowed to just be. It has to be a mouse reference, or a literally cheesy one-liner,
Cheddar, what's wrong with Gouda?
No good if you broke, Jack.
or a reference to something else.
We're like a third of the way in, and you're still talking about the references. Like, we get it. Funny mouse.
Ticket seller, I'm going...
What else can you associate with mice? The Black Death? Like there's nothing else.
I meet someone, I'm cheesed to meet them. One body found in local river. The cycle continues.
on a perilous journey, so I need your strongest tickets.
It's hard to care about anything in Mouse
Like, is this guy lactose intolerant or something? Like, I don't understand, like, the hate for it.
PI for Hire because it never stops making jokes about everything.
Here's Jacko.
It just wants to remind you of other better things. Surely that's enough, right?
Time to
No one was buying Mouse PI for the story, bro. Come on.
find someone higher up.
I'm just happy they got Troy Baker. Like, I was playing that, and it's his closest impersonation to when he was Booker DeWitt in Bioshock Infinite, so I could LARP. I could LARP and pretend that I was playing Bioshock again. I mean, even when you got the weapon upgrades, it was like the Power to the People stations in Bioshock 1, how the weapons would physically change, and there was like 2 visual upgrades for each weapon. It was the exact same.
At least the shooting is better. This is the latest
It's even the same time period as well.
in a wave of boomer shooters inspired by old school FPSs like Doom or Quake, and it's a decent one at that. You start with a pistol in Jack's fists, but you'll soon acquire a shotgun, dynamite, a James gun, which is just a Tommy gun, and more unique stuff like the Devarnisher, which shoots what looks like Elmer's glue that melts the flesh from your enemy's bones, leaving only a skeleton. Throw in stuff like a double jump, dash, spinning tail for hovering,
Which cheese is the gassiest if you're lactose intolerant? Why did I read that?
and a slide, and Jack's got some stylish moves when the bad guys show up. This ain't Quake, but it does feel good. It doesn't hurt that all of it, from reload animations to random conversations, is rendered in an absolutely gorgeous black and white mix of sprite work and 3D models. The world building
My fan base is so stupid. I remember when I was streaming this game and everyone kept saying, the stream is broken, bro. Everything is black and white.
may be thin, but Mouse PI for Hire is still dressed
Like that, I guarantee you that wasn't even a collective bit. Like, people were genuinely just that low IQ.
to the nines. Even here, though, I have issues. Weapons can feel weak, especially the shotgun. It's got the audio kick.
You're showing the unupgraded shotgun, by the way. That has no upgrades on it. I agree. The accuracy on guns were... I remember, like, the pistol. I was like, I really hope there's, like, a sniper because this pistol's terrible with accuracy. And then I upgraded it, and I was like, wait, no, it's, like, it's basically the best gun in the game now.
Of a pop gun, and there's a strange disconnect to seeing something that sounds like a kid's toy blow off some poor mouse's head as you paint the white of the world with black ichor that spews from his neck. Enemies mostly come out of doors marked with a skull that you can't enter, robbing these areas.
So, gameplay is good, voice acting good, graphics good, but too much cheese, 6 out of 10.
Of anything remotely resembling a sense of place.
Why would you have a mustache? I don't. I've probably got, like, 7 o'clock shadow.
Levels also really like to pull the "we're gonna lock you in a room and throw baddies at you until they're dead or you are" shtick, a little too much for my taste. None of this is game-breaking. The combat is fundamentally good enough to carry you to the end of the roughly 12-hour campaign, but sometimes it feels like being at a show that's never quite bad enough to leave. And at least on the normal difficulty...
Never quite bad enough to leave. So, we've gone from... You've complimented everything about the game. You went on some weird rant about cheese, because you probably... I don't know, you got bit by a mouse when you were like 5 at a petting zoo or something. And then, you know, he complains about the guns being bad. Doesn't mention the upgrades. And now he's saying now he's comparing it to a train wreck of like, it's something so terrible, but you can't stop watching. Like it's the video game equivalent of Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
Health items are so generous, there's rarely a challenge. Like any good boomer shooter, there are plenty of secrets to find. Newspapers, weapon upgrades, schematics, baseball cards, and so on.
Dude, I played this game on the hardest difficulty, and it felt so balanced. I think I died about 3 times over, like, streaming for 8 hours.
Walls to blow up, and even lock safes to open with your tail, which pulls double duty as a lockpick. Some of these locks are on a time limit, or must be solved in a limited number of moves, and you only get 1 shot at the good stuff they hold. Others are so easy you could probably solve them by letting an actual mouse run across your keyboard. It's
Okay, so you said the optional ones are harder. Yeah, that's usually how video games work, I think. I think usually the mandatory stuff you have to do to make progression is going to be easier than the optional stuff.
Very jarring.
I don't understand, man.
Once you're done with the level, it's back to the hub, which encompasses Jack's office, the local bar, store, weapon upgrade shop, and so on. My favorite thing here is the baseball card.
Thank you, Albert, for the 3. You're starting to piss me off. Yeah, bro, I just zoomed in. You got an anime profile picture. I don't care.
This is the key
Mini game you can play at the bar.
What is wrong with you? I don't know.
You'll switch between pitching and being at bat, and using the cards in your hand, players and abilities, to try to score as many runs as you can. It's fun. What I like less is the whole being a detective thing, mostly because I never actually got to do it. Any
What are you smoking? I want some. It's called life, buddy.
clues you find will be pinned to Jack's caseboard, and once you get them there, Jack will just intuit where to go. No work on your part required.
Yeah, I mean, I did skip over all this stuff. I'm not going to lie.
What's the point of being a gumshoe if all the answers are handed right to me?
Better check it out. It began with a call.
I mean, he's basically trying to say there, why is the game not like LA Noire? It never tried to advertise itself like that. Yeah, it's in the same time period, but like, all the dialogue is streamlined. You get like a couple of dialogue options.
Jared the subway guy wanted to touch my steamboat Willie. Crying laughing emoji. Wilted flower emoji. Can be live in paying for slop when I can get top for free. Fat bitches are peak.
Everything you said was mental illness. The last sentence you said clutched it and redeemed it. Thank you, Ninja, for the 10.
Routine. Familiar.
That brings me to one of my major problems with Mouse PI for Hire. Look, I hate to be that guy who brings up ludonarrative dissonance in a video game review.
It's over. He learned the buzzword. It's over. No one knows what that word means, by the way. Everyone throws that word around. Where did that word come from? I think it was The Witness or something, and it was just such... Oh, it was such like it emanates. You know that post that got memed on Reddit, on the r/atheist subreddit, and there was this one kid, and he was very obviously like 10, and he made this post about being atheist, and he said, "In this moment, I'm euphoric." And he got bullied so much that he deactivated his account. It's on the same terms as that.
In the year of our Lord 2020.
It insists upon itself. I mean, what does ludonarrative dissonance even mean? I think it's something like how the game, the world the game is set in, doesn't equal to the gameplay. God, do I really have to look this word up? Whoever made this word needs to die. Ludonarrative dissonance is a conflict between the video game's narrative and the gameplay. Yeah, okay, so it is what I said. There's a Wikipedia article on it. Get help. Ludonarrative dissonance. And when I think of Ludo, I just think of someone saying Kino and I just smirk a little.
26. And if you're rolling your
Thank you, Giga, for the 2 months.
eyes right now, I can't blame you. But it's
Is that has MGS profile picture based?
an actual issue here. Jack
It's funny. I've noticed words that people invent, they just lose all meaning 5 years later. I was rewatching The Venture Bros, which is like adult animation. It's really good. I recommend everyone watches it. It's like a parody of superheroes. There's like a parody of like every superhero, and they did that shit before Invincible. They did that shit before The Boys. It's really good. And then there was this one superhero who was like getting a divorce with his wife, and he was basically a parody of like not Mr. Incredible. Of Mr. Fantastic, like Reed Richards, the stretchy man. And he says to his wife at one point, when the wife wants to divorce him, like, he's like, do you want to take me back? Is the marriage saved? And she's like, fuck no, I just want to make sure our kids brought up okay. I didn't want to get married to someone that was joining the LARP society. And when she said LARP, I just burst out laughing. And that episode came out like 7 years ago, by the way.
PI who kills more people in a single mission than Philip Marlowe has in every book Raymond Chandler ever wrote combined. I don't care how corrupt the cops are. A private detective can't break into a police station and slaughter them en masse and then go about his day.
Right, so he's talking about how he can't go around killing people. But the entire point of the game is everyone he's dealing with is corrupt. The police are corrupt, or the mobsters are corrupt. It's very obvious that he's trying to do an LA Noire bit. That was not the case. The entire setting and who you're playing as is just like a foreground thing to set up the game. It's not as intertwined. I don't know why he was expecting a Rockstar experience here.
Particularly nonsensical.
Dude, my guns don't even degrade like Fallout 3. This sucks.
Scenario, Jack inadvertently burns down an opera house to save a guy running for mayor, and he ends up fighting an opera singer and shoots her. Is she dead? Did I just kill an actress for being angry I burned down her workplace?
Oh my god, I killed someone in a video game. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, they were right. They were right. We need to ban video games again. Remember how like Germany and stuff did that, and Australia? They would just ban like I remember like how they'd ban like the gore in Left 4 Dead and stuff because they were worried about that connection with like video game violence, and people would just go and do shootings.
If I didn't, have I left her alive?
Hasn't this been proven since like 2007 or something that like there's literally a psychological thing that like playing violent video games for the majority of people, not for everyone, there's always some psychopaths. It's genuinely therapeutic.
Unconscious inside.
It lets people like distract themselves and also take out like any kind of aggression that they have, or like locking in. Like that feeling you get. Okay, so like what? You spend 3 hours like trying to beat a boss in like Dark Souls 3 or Elden Ring. Oh, all that euphoria that he's feeling. Oh, he wants to go shoot someone now in real life.
The burning building?
Well, Billy Stone did get
Americans. It could actually be an American cope, to be honest.
it won't the kingdom come.
Mouse PI for hire doesn't tell me, and it doesn't seem to care either way.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
None of this is to say that noir cannot or should not be violent, but the violence usually has a purpose.
Don't tell this guy about bending the ink machine, man. He's going to have a mental breakdown. He's going to have an absolute mental breakdown. Do not tell him that there's like a horror mascot game in the same time setting and period.
Much of Elliot Chase's seminal novel Black Wings
like he will be saying ludonarrative dissonance every 5 seconds.
As My Angel is about robbing an armored car, but the book builds to that. It's a big deal when it finally happens, and the characters have to reckon with the fallout once it does. Jack Pepper, on the other hand, is a walking catastrophe, and nobody in Mouseburg seems to care. He largely gets to go about his business and is portrayed as a
I'm surprised he didn't make some rant there saying that he specifically targets little people and starts killing them as well.
Mouseburg. He largely gets to go about his
fell off harder than your mama. Get out.
Business and is portrayed as a down on his luck everyman PI, like the characters who inspire
the 10,
when he is at best a mass murderer.
You implying something, Mr. Pepper?
Me? Imply? Never. I just connect the dots.
Does that make for a more fun video game? Maybe. But it's bad noir and a worse detective tale.
Table it.
In the story as Mouse
How is it VTuber if it's real life? That's not VTuber.
PI for hire references, violence is an unfortunate
Thank you, Carrick, for the 10. I know what protogens look like.
But unavoidable part of the human experience that shatters the people it touches. Here, it's just...
Don't forget the dono. Did you donate to me to remind me to replay a dono? You're such a nice person. All right, let me play it again.
Pyro, will you ever play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines?
Yeah, I played a bit of Vampire the Masquerade, and then I played Bloodlines 2, and that game is fucking mid.
Entertainment, and that weakens the whole concept. But Will, you might say, this is a goofy Looney Tunes FPS. Why should I care?
Why did you not say this at the beginning? Why are we now 8 minutes into the video, and you're now just saying what the game is?
Care about any of that? And the answer is because Mouse wants you to. It wants you to believe that this is important. You spend a lot of time talking about these characters, about putting together...
Nah, I think each level was like 40 minutes long, if you were taking your time, and you probably speak to like 2 characters. And the dialogue is extensive, but it's you know, it's just world building.
The clues you need to get to the bottom of what's going on, about Jack's motivation for doing the work. He allegedly needs the money, which both leads him to taking cases and doesn't track when I'm super rich from all the killing.
Nonsense. You're drowning in debt, picking up small fries and petty cases.
All of that makes a lot less sense after you've gone to Tinsel Bros Studios and single-handedly eradicated the mob.
So he's doing that cope of like, you don't have any money. All right, don't tell him about Red Dead 2, guys. Don't tell him about Red Dead 2, how the entire story is about Dutch and his entire group trying to do one final heist to make enough money. Despite the fact that you can min-max the game, do all the side content, basically have hundreds of thousands of dollars. You put it all in the little charity box at the camp, nothing happens.
Hanging out there, all while doing...
This guy definitely tried to cure Arthur Morgan's tuberculosis for like 10 hours. Looked up a bunch of guides, got baited because they're all fake, and he just never let it go.
A bunch of Tomb Raider / Indiana Jones / Conan the Barbarian impressions, as everyone says.
From Mother One Hair. Who you fool along with that balcony you call a widow's peak?
Did you just call my hairline a balcony? That's like so creative, I can't even hate. Wow. Yeah, fair enough, GG.
You should be an actor.
So tell us, hero, what is best in life?
To grate some parm, watch the cheese melt, and hear the joyful squeaks of my dinner guests.
Give this guy a week on the job as chief of police and...
That's awesome, lol. Yeah, you're getting banned. That was definitely you. Whoops! He self-reported he glazed his own donut.
Mouseburg would be the safest city in the world because nobody would be left alive to commit crimes in the first place. It's hard to buy into Jack as the regular guy who needs to gather evidence I'm told he is when he just wiped out the local police department, you know?
The police barcade.
Imagine if this guy played Cruelty Squad. Could you actually imagine? He'd kill everyone in the level and then do some 5-minute rant about how much of a bad person you are. And then he'd say there's ludonarrative dissonance because when you play the level again to get an S rank, everyone's respawned.
We sure went big on this one.
He feels like, I don't know, this review comes across as like he had one nitpick and he's made that the entire review. It's just a fun, goofy game. I don't, that, you know, it's obviously a Doom, it's obviously like a boomer shooter, like Serious Sam or something like that. Well, not Serious Sam, because there'd be, I think the HP of the enemies is too high for that, and there's too few enemies on screen, but still, it's like kind of a Doom shooter kind of thing. And it's just got the coat of paint of that retro aesthetic. Too much cheese. It literally, the cope is too much cheese.
Mouse PI for Hire nails the aesthetics of both the night.
Oh my god, guys. Did those cops just get out the car and there was no animation of them getting out? Oh my god, guys. Ludonarrative dissonance. Look at that. Why are they just spawning in? The developers obviously don't care. Don't tell them about Battlefield multiplayer. When you try and like get in and out of a tank.
Hire nails the aesthetics of both the 1930s.
Just teleport inside it.
These cartoons and the detective.
What's that? There's this one GIF that I remember of someone using, because in Battlefield, when you switch seats or you get in a vehicle, you just teleport. There's no animation. And someone used that as an exploit to avoid being killed. He just kept pressing every F key on his keyboard to keep swapping seats. I found it. Look, I think I've shown this before. It's so based. Just look at the guy in the car. Like, he was sweating that, man. He was like panic pressing every seat change.
Detective stories that inspired it. And it's also an amusing boomer shooter that largely feels good as you're playing.
Oh, God.
And its haphazard marriage of noir storytelling tropes and shooter gameplay are often at odds with each other in uncomfortable
Ultra Instinct? Dude, he had that shit on a macro. He's like changing seat every frame.
ways that weaken both aspects. And the writing is so busy making references to other things that it's actually painful to sit through at times. This FPS is solid enough if you just want to blast some cartoon mice and not think about it too hard, but
it's literally a boomer shooter. You are not meant to care about the story. Why do you think when Doom Eternal came out, the game basically starts halfway through? When you play Doom Eternal, you feel like you're jumping into like a 6-season show at like season 5.
Once you do, all you'll see are the seams where disparate ideas have been fused together. And no trench coat.
It's like he went into this expecting like Prey 2017 or something, like an immersive sim. It's such a bizarre, like, spiteful video. I'm not